everybody. Welcome to Mass Appeal on this drizzly Thursday. I'm Seth Stuff, and Ashley Cole's in the studio, but where I am right now, it is sunny, it is warm, it smells great, and there's free underground parking. I'm at the 23rd Annual Life Enrichment Expo, sponsored by the JCC, and we are having a great time. It's today until 3 o'clock. We're right off of 91. We're at the Basketball Hall of Fame in the Mass Mutual Room. There are dozens of vendors here. There's going to be cooking demonstrations, e-reader demonstrations, flower demonstrations, and the best part, I know for me at least, when you come, you get a bag, and then you get to walk around to all the different booths, and there's different things. I guess the kids are calling it swag these days. It's things that you can take home for free. This one, I guess, they're sanitary wipes, and you can put it in your car cup holder. But first, why don't we do a little cooking, because that's what we love to do here on Mass Appeal and at the Enrichment Expo. So we're with Jeff Rembrandt. Jeff, you're the Assistant Executive Director at the JCC. You're putting on this demonstration today, and you're going to be cooking till noon, and we have 2 dishes.
We're doing 2 dishes today. We're doing healthy food for 2, easy dishes that anybody can make at home and make healthy and easy.
So ditch the drive-through. We're going to show people how they can do it on their own. What are we making first?
We're going to start with a tilapia dish. Tilapia is a white fish, and so over here, I got a couple of fresh fillets.
All right. Now, I think a lot of people are intimidated by making fish.
Yes, a lot of people, you can get these frozen. I got these fresh, but it's really easy to do. It's not scary. It's done in one pan. This is a whole dinner in one pan. Fish, vegetable, sauce, all done at the same time.
Minimal cleanup. So how do we get started?
So we start with the fish. So we just want to put a little bit of salt and pepper on each fillet.
Okay. Here goes. You salt, I'll pepper.
And then I want to drizzle a little bit of cooking oil on the fish.
Sure. I think a lot of people used to use butter, but oil's a great alternative.
Oil's a great alternative. Let me grab a towel here. And we have a medium hot pan waiting for the fish.
Put them in. Easy enough.
Yep. And we give the fish a couple of minutes just to start to heat up.
Now, what are we going to put on top of the tilapia?
I guess it would help if I actually plug the...
If we plugged it in, it'll help. But luckily, Jeff's going to be here till noon or later, so eventually the food will be done, which is the important part.
So,
yeah, you're going to be here till noon.
Yep.
The event, though, is going on until
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. It's sponsored at JCC. SpringfieldJCC.org is the website people can go to for more information. But this is a great event.
This is a great event. It's really designed as a learning event for people who are 50 plus or caregivers of people who are 50 plus. If you're looking for an opportunity to find about senior housing or health care or, well, there's even a funeral home here who will teach you that when you pass away, they can make your body into a diamond.
I'm sorry, what? They can...
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, they can make you into a diamond. I keep telling my wife that's the only time she's getting a big diamond.
Yeah, it's the only way.
Is when I pass away. But they are actually here with their diamond display. But a whole bunch of different kind of vendors, all dealing with folks. AARP, some of our nice sponsors are here. Health New England, Noble Hospice and Home Care, Prime Magazine, and AARP help sponsor this event. They're here today showing you what they have available for the folks in our community.
And there's so many resources. I think a lot of times seniors in our community kind of either go to a home or stick to themselves. But there's so much, if you get out and you explore, there's so many booths and opportunities for people.
Right, and you can get out of your little neighborhood, the small area that you live, and see what Springfield, Greater Springfield, really has to offer.
Now, Jeff, it might be a little bit drizzly out there, but inside it's warm here.
It's beautiful.
We're cooking fish.
We're cooking fish. We're going to cook some vegetarian chili in a little bit as well.
There's flower demonstrations. There's e-reader demonstrations.
And the JCC is here. You can come and find out all about what the JCC has to offer for you as well.
Yet another great organization.
Another great organization.
And I think if people are still on the fence, you can come. I got this bag.
Free stuff.
I took a 2-minute lap, and I got this bag. And then in this bag, just so far, because Healthcare New England, I got a medicine pouch. There's this. This is from...
That's a cell phone pouch and a glasses pouch that you can hang on your belt.
Clip it right onto your belt.
That's right, from Noble Hospice and Visiting Nurse Association.
So there are dozens and dozens of booths here, dozens of presentations today. If you want more information, go to SpringfieldJCC.org. They're going to be here till 3 o'clock. We're going to be cooking till about noon, so don't go anywhere because we'll be here all day long. But until then, let's send it back into the studio to Ashley Cole. Good morning, Ashley. Welcome back to Mass Appeal, everybody. I'm Seth Stutman. I am right off of 91. I'm at the Life Enrichment Expo. It's the 23rd annual one. We're at the Basketball Hall of Fame in the Mass Mutual Room. Now, it smells great here because not only are there flowers and flower arranging demonstrations, but right now we are at the main stage and we're doing some cooking with Jeff Rembrandt.
Good to see you again, Seth.
Good to see you. So earlier we made some tilapia and we're finishing that up.
We're finishing up the tilapia dish right now. So we made the sauce while we were away doing something else.
Well, no, we have. There's in case you don't get it by now at home. There's dozens of people in the studio audience right here in this place enjoying themselves, enjoying the expo. Everyone has their bags of things they've got, and they're also watching this demonstration.
So we made a sauce while we were away. It was a simple sauce with just capers, white wine, lemon juice, and canned crushed diced tomatoes. One of the nice things about this dish is I'm going to put the asparagus right in with it. Now, I took the asparagus, and before I came out here this morning, I washed it and cut it down to size and cleaned it before I came. But asparagus is a really easy vegetable that also cooks really quickly. So asparagus is really, really easy to overcook. How many people here have overcooked asparagus? I do almost every time I cook it.
A lot of people at home have overcooked asparagus.
Yeah, a lot of people overcook their asparagus. There's tricks to asparagus. One, if you are cooking just asparagus and you're steaming it, like a lot of people like plain steamed asparagus, steam it for 3 minutes, no more. Get it out, run it under some cold water right away, and then wrap it up with some silver foil. You got to stop the cooking because once it's hot, it'll continue to cook as you go. When I'm throwing it in the sauce, I can cover it up and it's going to start to steam itself in the pan with the fish.
Now, how long roughly does it take to steam?
It takes about 2 minutes in this pan with the sauce and the fish. Now, the beauty is, we're done cooking. We have a full meal. We have fish, sauce, asparagus. There's one last piece we're going to do to this. When I take the fish and the asparagus out, I'm going to throw a little bit of butter in the pan and add a little butter to the sauce so we can spoon a little bit of buttery sauce over the fish.
Ooh.
So I have just 3 tablespoons of butter sitting here already.
So that's not a lot of butter.
Not a lot of butter. You know, we just want to add enough.
One of our audience members just said there's never enough butter.
Well,
I agree.
Never enough butter, never enough garlic.
That's all the fun that people are missing if they're watching this right now. Come on down. 23rd Annual Life Enrichment Expo. It's easy to get here. It's right off of 91, Basketball Hall of Fame. It's a building that looks like a basketball. You can't miss it. They're here till 3 o'clock today, but Jeff's only cooking until what, noon?
Noon. Or sooner. However fast we get done.
Whenever all the samples are gone,
now
so
I'm going to take
down really quickly.
The fish out of the pan. The fish is completely cooked and sauced. And this is a 2 fillet, so if I was doing this at home, I, of course, would be putting it on 2 plates, but here I'm just putting it on 1 because we're just going to cut it up so you guys can all try it.
And the demonstrations that we're doing today, it's cooking for 2 people.
Cooking for 2. That's right. Cooking healthy for 2.
Which is so much more important.
That's right. I'm going to grab the asparagus as well.
Just put it in
drain. I'm going to plate it right up like this, and then I'm just going to toss my butter
in the
sauce.
Pan. Oh, I get you.
All right, so I'm going to melt. As soon as the butter melts down, the sauce will butter up and thicken up a little bit, and give it a little more saucy of a flavor, a little less juice of a flavor.
Everyone likes a little more saucy.
That's right.
Jeff, have you had time to walk around the venue yet?
I have walked around. I walked around earlier as we were opening, and there are some great vendors here.
I just got a stress ball from one of our, I think, the Bay States here, and they gave me a stress ball.
Oh, those are always great.
I was going to say, I can use one, right? And
every day.
It improves dexterity. So this event is targeting people who are 50 and over. We're right off of 91, Basketball Hall of Fame in the Mass Mutual Room. If you want more information before you come on down, springfieldjcc.org is the website, but they're only here until 3 o'clock today. Once again, the Life Enrichment Expo, downtown Springfield. But for now, I'm going to toss it back into the studio with Ashley. Welcome back to Mass Appeal, everyone. We've moved from the cooking demonstration to the floor of the 23rd Annual Life Enrichment Expo put on by the Springfield JCC. So as you can see behind me, there are dozens and dozens of booths here offering freebies, offering really important information that you need to know. And speaking of important information, e-readers, they're really taking over the way that people get their news and information and read their books today. So today we're joined by Layla and Donna from the Springfield City Library for a little lesson on e-readers. Why is it that they're becoming so popular these days? ways?
Well, it's new technology that's always fascinating and interesting. Also, they're portable. They're easy to carry. Instead of a 400-page book weighing down your shoulder bag, you can stick it in your purse or your pocket. And for older readers who have trouble reading, you can change the font size.
So you can make it bigger, you can make it brighter.
Brighter, smaller, just basically easier to read.
Now, I think a lot of seniors are sometimes made nervous by these devices. On a scale of 1 to 10, how easy are they to operate?
The ease of use, I would say 10. You just come into the library. A librarian will definitely help you get started. Our digital book service is known as Overdrive Media Console, and you can download free books, listen to free audiobooks as long as you have a valid library card from any library in Western Massachusetts. Another advantage to the e-reader is that you can load it up with 10 books, we'll say. Oh wait, what's our maximum checkout? I don't remember.
More books than you can read in a weekend.
You can carry.
Yeah.
You can load all the Game of Thrones series on here, which are 1,200 pages apiece. It's light, it's portable, and it will automatically check itself back in at the end of your loan period. There's no overdue fines to worry about.
Isn't that great too? You can go on vacation and you'll be totally fine. Instead of carrying a whole luggage full of books, you can have just one device.
Yes, that's correct.
So what devices do we have here today?
The first one here is a Kindle Fire.
Okay.
That's the second or third iteration of Amazon's Kindle, and it's very easy to use. I used to have a Kindle, which is the next one, the first Kindle, and I upgraded to a Kindle Fire because it was a lot easier to use and a lot more fun.
And Amazon doesn't make them. There's other ones too. I see this one here. We have
this
the
is a Barnes & Noble Nook, and that is an iPad.
Yes.
This is the iPad?
Yeah.
And then there's other companies that make them too.
Yeah, that's right. And I'll give Overdrive and other companies like that credit. They try very hard to stay on top of the newest devices.
Now, what I'm really interested to tell people at home about is CW Mars. So basically, you can just have your library card, and you can get all the books that you want and need, for the most part, from your library without paying a dime.
That is correct. If they're in ebook form, and if we've bought them, because we buy them, and then you can. I will say that it's enormously popular, and as a result, sometimes the newest books aren't available. You have to, but you can go on a hold list, and as soon as it's available.
So you'll have it eventually, and it won't cost you a dime. Thank you so much. So this is just one of the many things that you can do today at the 23rd Annual Life Enrichment Expo. And don't go anywhere. There's more Mass Appeal right after this. Hey, we are here. We're back live at the 23rd Annual Life Enrichment Expo. A gentleman just walked by and said that he came down because he lives just a few minutes away, and he heard about it on the show. So that too could be you. Come on down. We're in the main lobby. So many different vendors giving you so many different free things. How nice is that you can take home? But one of the best things that you can take home from this is knowledge, and they have some live demonstrations, one of which being flower demonstrations by Flowers in Springfield. We have Matthew here from that business, so we're going to organize and arrange some roses.
Right.
It's doable.
It is totally doable.
What is it
Anyone can learn.
What is it that makes flower arranging such a great hobby, especially for people in the 50-plus community?
Well, I think a wonderful thing about that is that, of course, flowers are beautiful in spring, and it really can be peaceful, relaxing. I mean, studies show that people that have fresh flowers in their home have lower stress levels, just a better outlook on life. So it's a great way to bring the natural beauty of the world into your home.
And using some dexterity, too.
Yes, definitely.
Hand-eye coordination.
Sure.
So we have different phases. So right now we're going to see if I can do this. You're going to help me out. So
and
the first
we have
thing,
a knife for you.
Oh,
and
thank you very
Ashley
much.
suggested I give you a Band-Aid as well.
And a Band-Aid, great idea. You never know. Here we are. So first things first, it's not just the roses, the greens go in. What kind of greens do we have here?
Right, well generally you do the greens first, and the greens basically are what's going to hold the flowers in place. We have some leather leaf and some lemon leaf and a variety of other types of greens. And what we do is, of course, they have to hold the base, the flowers, so you want to put the greens.
See, how'd you do this? I'm just
in
going
the base. Right, basically kind of like you're cutting yourself.
But you're cutting towards you. That's not what you're supposed to do, is it?
Well,
I guess you're a professional, so you can do whatever you want.
do it for so many years, you'll learn.
That's true.
And then the greens would go in.
And these greens are taller. What do we do with a green that's much too tall?
Well, this one we would do probably at the end, sort of like an accent green once we get the flowers in.
Okay.
These greens here are basically sort of designed for mechanics.
And this is all about the base. Okay, here we go.
Right.
Oh, I have to do this?
Sure. I'll let you cut one off and we'll...
There we go. Now we're going.
Right in.
So you're going to be doing flower demonstrations this afternoon. What can people expect from that?
Well, we're going to give some basic tips on design, both in vase arrangements like this and then in baskets that have the foam material. Some of the greening, some of the techniques to keep flowers alive longer, and just some basic floral design techniques that people could use.
I mean, there is something great about buying nice, fresh flowers, but making them yourself, I assume, just feels really good too.
Right. I think it's a great sense of accomplishment, and you will only get better as you do it.
That's true.
All right, now we're ready for the roses.
So what about rose placement do we need to know?
Well, generally when I do a rose arrangement, I like to do what they call sort of the base of the arrangement. And a lot of people would think you start in the middle. I don't. What I do is we cut the rose.
Now, how do you determine how high it needs to be?
All right, well, we're doing the outside ones now, so you're going to be coming in the vase at an angle. So they need to be a little shorter, otherwise they would stand up straight.
I understand. And now, are you supposed to cut these at an angle? I've heard that. Is that an old wives' tale?
Nope, it's generally best, and knife cutting is best for flowers. You can use scissors, a lot of people ask me that, but it's better to use a knife because it doesn't crush the capillaries that draw the water.
I understand. So we put these around the base.
Right, well what we're going to do is we would do basically 4 insertions.
Okay.
So that we get them on all 4 sides.
I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it now, Matthew.
Right, and then basically when you're designing, very important to turn the vase too. Because then that way...
don't move around.
Right, as you're turning it, you'll
have the vase work for you.
Right, exactly, and you'll get an idea of the balance and stuff like that.
You need to stick around because later you can do some of this yourself. It's fun. So once again, 23rd Annual Life Enrichment Expo, Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. It's in the Mass Mutual Building. You should come on down because they're only here till 3. So once we finish the base, what's the next step?
All right, then we're now going to start going up the middle. And that would sort of establish the height. And you have sort of the whole basic parameter of what you're doing.
Well, Matthew, we don't want to give it all away because people need to come on down. If you want more information, go to springfieldjcc.org. Don't go anywhere. More Mass Appeal right after this. Welcome back to Mass Appeal. We're at the 23rd Life Enrichment Expo, right off of 91 in Springfield, Basketball Hall of Fame. If you don't come for the cooking demonstrations or the flower demonstrations or the e-reader demonstrations, come on down for the free stuff. I have a squeeze ball, there's a pill well, there's flowers, so much, dozens of vendors, all trying to help people 50 plus in Western Mass to help you live a more productive, happier, and a healthier life. If you want more information, go to springfieldjcc.org. But for now, I'm going to toss it back into the studio and Ashley. I think I'm going to stick around here all day. They're open till 3, so I'm going to see you later.